This video is designed to demonstrate how to do a simple path analysis with mediation effects using Stata. I've opened the Intermediate 2 data and I've selected three variables that we're going to investigate the relationships between those variables. One is math achievement, scholastic aptitude, math test, and motivation. And the model that we're going to investigate or look at is this model here. And so we're going to look at the effects of math achievement on scholastic aptitude math, but we're also going to look at how motivation potentially mediates those effects. So we'll look at the direct effects of math achievement on scholastic aptitude math test, but we'll also look at those indirect effects as math achievement runs through motivation. To do this analysis, we simply go to Statistics, SEM, Model Building and Estimation. And then we get our drawing canvas that we can use to produce our model. And I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger for us to see the information. And so because we have observed variables, we're going to use boxes. And then we're going to name these variables. And the first one is math achievement. The second one is motivation. And the third one is scholastic aptitude test math scores. Then what we have to do is draw the arrows to connect these boxes or these variables. And we can move them around to suit our needs so they look somewhat aligned. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and run the analysis, and we'll use the maximum likelihood. And so now you can see that we have our path coefficients, and we have our means and our variances. And so if we go to the Stata output window, we can see that the coefficient between math achievement and motivation is 0.03. And so we can see the path coefficient here. And then the path coefficient between motivation and scholastic aptitude math scores is 6.7 or 6.8 rounded off, and that's this coefficient. And then the path between math achievement and SAT math scores is approximately 11 when we round off. So we can see those coefficients here. And then the variance of SAT math scores is 3,425, and that's this value here. And of course the mean is 334. Now, one of the things we're interested in this analysis is how much motivation influences math achievement, or the effects of math achievement on SAT math scores. So we want to know if motivation significantly influences math achievement's effect on SAT math scores. One way to determine that is to go back to Statistics, SEM, and Model Building and Estimation, and then we can go to Testing, and then Direct and Indirect Effects. And you'll notice if you scroll down, you'll see that direct decomposition of effects into total direct and indirect effects is highlighted. And so we can go OK. And so I'll pull this up, this results, and then we'll look at our output. So again, the direct effects between math achievement and motivation is 0.03. That hasn't changed, nor have the coefficients for the direct effects of motivation on SAT math and math achievement on SAT math, those have not changed. They're the same. So direct effects are simply the direct paths between variables. The indirect effect, however, is the influence of math achievement on SAT math running through motivation. And we can see that this coefficient, this indirect effect, is 0.20, and it's small, and it's not significant. And how do I get this indirect effect? Well, the indirect effect, if I multiply 0.03 by 6.8, that will give me this effect, this coefficient. And then the total effects is 11.15. Okay, so how do I get the total effects? The total effects are the direct effect, which is 10.956, plus the indirect effects, 0.201. So if I add this and I add this direct effect, I will get 11.15. The other thing we like to look at is the R-square for a model like this. So we can go to Statistics, SEM, and then we can go to, I think I have to go to goodness of fit, yeah. And I can go to equation level goodness of fit. And I can click on OK. And we can see that my R-square for this model is 0.628, or almost 0.63. So 63% of the variability in scholastic aptitude math scores is explained by the relationship between math achievement and motivation, and their relationship with SAT math scores.